Okay, we're just gonna start because I can't get this to work. It says that it's working on here over here, but it's definitely not. So, all right, we're gonna do a shoulder and core workout. So it's gonna be a little bit slower to start. We're gonna do some new stuff that you've probably never done before. Some of my clients that are here, you've probably done variations of what I'm going to do. But for a lot of other people who haven't trained with me before, some of this stuff's gonna be completely different and maybe even funny. So if you have any questions, pop them in the chat as we go. Otherwise, I won't be able to see, or I can't see you as I do this. So just make sure that if you have any questions at all, pop in the chat and I'll be able to answer them as we go. But we're going to get started. So everyone, you can do this kneeling, you can do this standing. It doesn't matter to me. You can do it with your dog. But what I'm going to have you start is with your neck. So I'm going to scoot back. So let's see. First thing we're going to do, again, I'm going to do a lot of this stuff kneeling, but you can do it standing up. It doesn't matter, either or. So we're going to do some neck circles. They're called controlled articular rotations. And what they are is a really big circle with your neck. Now, a lot of people don't use their neck or move it, and they're kind of afraid to move their neck for some reason, but don't be afraid, you're gonna be fine. Okay, so just follow along with me. I'm gonna cue you through this, but we're gonna do a big neck circle, nice and slow. So first things first is make sure that you're grounded. So I'm doing this kneeling so that I just don't have to worry about where I'm at in space as much. Doing this sitting down is even easier. So if you wanna do it that way, you can. But the first thing I wanna make sure is you're just aware of your body, your shoulders, and then your spine and where you're moving. Because what you're gonna find is that as you try to move your neck, you're gonna use other things. You won't even realize that you're probably going to do circles with your spine instead of just your neck. So try to pay attention to where you are in space as you go through this. You'll see even me as I do this, I might even move. But first thing I want you to do is just tighten up a little bit, maybe even make fists if you want. They can be at your sides. You can have them on your shoulders, it doesn't matter. But get yourself a little bit grounded, tighten up a little bit, and I want you to bring your chin all the way down to your chest without moving anything else. So straight down as far as you can. And you might feel a pull in the back, but I want you to hold that chin to chest for 3, 2, 1. We're going to drag our chin across our right collarbone as far as you can. So watch me really quickly. Notice my chin is still on my chest, going as far to the right as you can possibly go. Once you're there, stop and pause. But you should feel tension in the right side of your neck as you're pulling your head over to the side. So you should feel this. It shouldn't feel like you're just hanging out. You should actually feel your neck tensing up a little bit, which is fine. Okay, from here, make sure you're grounded, nothing's moving. You're gonna imagine you have water in your right ear and you're gonna pour that out. So you're gonna pour it out over your shoulder, going back best you can. So still, you had that chin at your chest, water out the ear on the other side as far back as you can go. Okay, once you're there, you're gonna scrape your nose across the ceiling, still trying to make your head go all the way back as far as you can until you're pouring water out of the left ear on your left shoulder, all the way over to the side. Once you're there, again, you're not moving your shoulders, trying to stay anchored. You're gonna bring your chin towards your left collarbone or your clavicle and drag it back toward the center. You should have completed a full circle. All right, we're gonna go the other direction. If that felt strange, sorry. If you're not familiar with moving your neck, this might feel completely new to you. Again, a lot of people don't move their neck until it hurts, and then they're like, what's going on? Well, your neck actually has a pretty big range of motion, so it's important that you actually try to access it. All right, and I know this is a shoulder workout, but your neck and your shoulder, they're kind of connected, so that's why we're loosening up your neck a little bit before we get started. Chin to chest, all the way down. Try not to move anything else. Drag your chin across the left collarbone until you can't anymore. It's almost like you get stuck and you can't turn your head anymore. And from there, you're gonna pour it out of the left ear, water out of the left ear, all the way back, as far as you can. Okay. Brush your nose across the ceiling to the right as far as you can. Pour water out of your right ear. Shoulders are relaxed. And drag your chin across your right collarbone until you're back to the center and up. That is a full neck circle. We would call that like a level 1 circle, a level 1 neck car, okay? Because controlled articular rotations, you can ramp them up. You can make them harder by putting a little bit more energy into them. But that's just a kind of a basic neck circle to get started. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing with our shoulder, and then we're gonna do the same thing with our shoulder blades. We'll start with our shoulder blades. So I'm gonna do this sideways so you can see. So what I want you to do is put your arms at your sides, make fists, and then imagine that they're kind of stuck in your pockets, okay? This is important because this is an exercise where you're going to try to use everything else except your shoulder blades. But what I want you to do is keep your arms at your sides, and I want you to protract your shoulders, which means have your shoulder blades come forward, okay? So you're gonna actually, almost like you're trying to bring your arms in front of you. But notice how my hands are still at my sides. I didn't just go like this, okay? So sit tall, get yourself engaged, make sure your core is a little bit tight. Maybe you're squeezing your glutes. You're gonna round your shoulders forward as far as they can go. And you're going to slowly, in a circular motion, you're gonna bring them up towards your ears, still keeping your hands at your sides. High as you can, till you're shrugging. Most people can do this part, right? Everyone can shrug. Keeping the arms straight. If you start to bend your elbows, that's because you're having trouble actually using your shoulders, so lock them out. Okay, once you bring them all the way up towards your ears, try to relax your neck as much as you can. We're gonna bring them back like you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, but you're still going back and up, okay? Squeeze, get your hands to your sides, pull back, and then you're gonna try and slide your shoulder blades down like you're putting them in your back pockets, okay? Arms stay straight until you're back to neutral. I'm gonna do this faster so you can see what it's supposed to look like, okay? You go like this, up, big circle. So essentially we're doing like a shoulder blade circle. We're not really using our arm, we're using the shoulder blade or the scapula, okay? So we're gonna do that again. Hands at your sides, shoulder blades go forward, far as they can go. Lock out the arms, lift them up like you're shrugging, go back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, set them down. Good. Now we're gonna reverse that. So we're gonna start by pushing down. Shoulder blades are down as far as they can go. You're gonna squeeze them together and back, okay? So like you're almost like you're doing a row. Pull the shoulder blades together. Try not to puff your chest like I just did. Bring them up. Arms are straight. Forward and back down. And do that again. Arms are down, arms are straight. Almost like you're trying to reach your hands through the floor, really drive down. Start to bring your shoulder blades together, squeeze back. Start to lift up. Keep those arms straight. Shrug to the ceiling. Start to round forward. Lock out those arms. And back to your center. And that is a big circle that we just made with your shoulder blades. Whether or not you can see that is another story, but the shoulder blade itself is actually moving there. So that tends to be one that's really funny where people are like, what did I just do? Especially if you feel like you have a frozen shoulder where you don't actually use your shoulder blades. So that's important because a lot of the stuff that we're going to do moving forward, we need to be able to move everything around. And if you can't even move your shoulder like up in a circle, you're going to have a lot of trouble doing the things that we get into. So from here, you can do a kneeling position like I'm in, or you can do tall kneeling with both knees down. You can even do this standing, it's up to you, but we're going to do our shoulder now in a big circle. This one's a little bit tricky, so try to follow along as best as you can. I'm going to do this at an angle. The one trick is try to pay attention to your spine and how much you twist and move, because we're really trying to isolate our shoulder and get that to do some work. So if you need to, Do whatever's most comfortable. I'm just gonna take this stance because I feel comfortable here, okay? You're gonna lock out your arm. Try to lock it out the whole time. You're gonna wanna bend it at some points. If you need to bend it because it hurts, feel free. Otherwise, I want you to fight to keep your arm straight and locked out. You're gonna keep this at your side to start. Stand tall, and then make sure your core is a little bit engaged. So if you want, take a big deep breath in. Get this tight, like you're bracing for a punch a little, not a lot, okay? From here, what we're gonna do is we're going to externally rotate the arm. So what that means is almost like you're trying to take this and rotate it out as far as it will go. Now my hand will follow suit, and so will my wrist. So everything is as far and rotated out as it can possibly be. Okay, from here, you're going to slowly bring this up. Go slow, okay, because I'm gonna do this from multiple angles. As you bring this up, you're actually going to bring it towards your midline, okay? So you're gonna start to bring it in front of you, but without twisting your spine, okay? Doing this with a straight arm and trying to maximize the amount of space in your shoulder and nothing else, it's actually hard to do. I don't know if you can see, but my arm is trembling because this is not easy, okay? So you're trying to rotate out, come towards your center, and lock out the arm, because this is gonna work your shoulder a lot, okay? So from here, you're gonna keep trying to get this towards your midline. Notice how I'm not turning my spine, and we're gonna go up toward the ceiling. Keep that arm straight. Try not to tilt back, okay? So notice how my arm is actually in front of my face. It's not out here, it's up here, okay? Keep it straight, keep it straight. We're gonna reach toward the ceiling. Nice and slow, keeping it straight. Don't bend the elbow. Your hand is gonna naturally start to turn. Your arm is gonna wanna like you're shaking hands with someone upstairs. That's totally fine. Keep it straight all the way up until you can't anymore. If you feel like you're gonna lean back, pause. I want you to hold this position and lock out the arm. If you're just using your arm, this should be kind of hard to do, or your shoulder, I mean. So from here, lock everything in place, straighten out that arm, try to reach up toward the ceiling like you're shaking hands, high as you can. Once you're there and you're stuck, we're gonna flip the arm nice and slow the other direction. So you're gonna turn it, internally rotate, turn it all the way around until you can't anymore, okay? And now we're gonna do like a backstroke, like a swimmer. We're gonna go behind us. Nice and slow, don't lean, abs stay tight. And as you're going backward, you're gonna start to rotate the arm in as far as you can until your arm is at your side, okay? So when you're up here, you're basically doing a big circle down in the other direction. And if you look at this, this is in external rotation, which is where we started. And as you come around, you're internally rotating the arm, okay? We're gonna go backwards. Thumb is now facing behind you. Notice how my shoulder wants to dump forward. Try to pull it back, keep it right at your side. Don't let your shoulder blade rock up like this. Keep it centered. Thumb is behind you. What I want you to do is try to get your thumb as high to the ceiling as you can without moving your shoulder blade. Nothing else should move. Your arm, your tricep should be locked out. Your thumb should be reaching up as high as you can. And notice how I'm not using my spine. That's not easy to, or hard to do, okay? Shoulder's not doing that much work. Here it is, okay? Once you get stuck and you can't move, you're gonna slowly start to unwind the shoulder, coming all the way back up, keeping it straight until you're shaking hands again. And then you're just gonna bring it back down, externally rotating. So bringing the arm up and around in front of you and right back down. Now, your shoulder is has the most range of motion out of any joint in your body. So accessing that range of motion is important for all the things that you do with your arm. Some people have no idea how to use their shoulder, which is, common, and it's not your fault. I mean, there's tons of people that don't know how to move because we kind of lost touch with our body. So this is one of those things where if you're doing it for the first time, you're probably like, what am I doing? But if I was there with you in person, I could kind of show you how much you actually compensate. It's a little bit harder, but for people, they tend to use a lot of stuff. So they make it look like they're using their shoulder, but they're really using their spine to move a lot, their neck, things are their bicep or their arm, they're bending their elbow, things like that. There's a lot of ways to compensate with this. So the goal being though, is that we're trying to get the tissues in the shoulder to respond and to wake up and say, hey, I can actually do something here, you know, instead of you relying on what's easiest, which tends to be just compensating with other things. So, all right, we're gonna go to the left side or whatever side you didn't do. Okay, so we're gonna flip sides. We're going to do the same exact thing and I'll face forward to start. Rotate the hand out, lock it out, okay? So keep it straight, slowly start to bring it up, keep your abs tight, try to rotate out as you're coming up. So you're coming towards your midline, you're coming up at the same time, and you're trying to rotate out. High as you can, reaching up, keep reaching, keep it straight. When you can't go anymore, you'll naturally start to rotate like you're shaking hands. Do that. It's totally fine. Just make sure you're not leaning back. All the way up, all the way up. High as you can. Lock that arm. Okay, when you're at the top, start to flip it around and start to go backward nice and slow. Trying not to move your spine. Notice how I'm not going like this. Keep it centered. Start to go backward, backward, backward until you can't anymore and bring it to your side. Okay, thumb is facing behind you, arm right at your side and locked out. Shoulder blade is not dumped forward, it's back, okay? Keep it there. Start to bring the thumb behind you nice and slow. Maximize this, go as far as you can, okay? This is hard to do. I'm shaking, my arm is working really hard to stay straight and only use my shoulder, okay? Thumb is behind you. When you get stuck, hold that position for 3 seconds and start to slowly unwind the arm as you're coming around. Keeping the arm straight all the way up. Start to externally rotate so the arm is twisting. Bring the arm in front of you, all the way back down, and relax. And those are controlled articular rotations. You're just taking the joint and trying to move it through its full range of motion in a big circle. Does anyone have any questions, or are they confused, or does anything hurt? That's another thing. Nothing should hurt. If it does, don't make it hurt. Okay, we are good. No one has any questions, and I can't see anyone either, so. All right. If you need some water, take some. Hopefully your shoulders are warmed up, and we're gonna keep going from here. So I'm gonna have everyone lay face down on the mat. We're gonna do some lift offs. If you have objects in your room, let's say like a book or I don't know, your phone. It doesn't really matter what it is. Grab something small. Preferably, we can do this one at a time. It can be anything you want. And we're gonna use that in a second. But everyone's gonna be face down. I'm gonna go over something real quick and we'll get started. So first, we won't need the object yet. We're gonna do it secondly. So, but everyone's gonna meet me face down and we're gonna make goalpost arms. So what that means is you're basically gonna take your arm out to the side, 90-degree angle on both sides, okay? Now your shoulder blades, you're gonna keep them kind of neutral. So don't let your shoulders like round forward and don't pull and squeeze them back super hard, okay? Just try to keep them somewhat straight. Don't let them round and dump forward, okay? Head can be down, facing down. What we're gonna do is make fists. You're gonna drive your elbows into the ground. I'll show you why you're gonna make a fist in a second. Make a fist, elbows are down. You're gonna try and reach your fists up toward the ceiling on both sides, and we're gonna hold that for 5 seconds. You can watch me real quick. 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, everyone try that one time. See if you can even get your hands off the floor. If you can't, it's okay. Do your best to try. It shouldn't hurt, but it might actually feel really, really like you might feel a very strong contraction in your rotator cuff because you probably don't do a lot of external rotation work, but try this again. Don't move anything. Don't move your back. Don't move your shoulders. Face down. Make fists. Keep the elbows on the ground. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Take a breather. Again, high as you can. Ready, set, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it down. Okay. Grab your object. If you only have one, we'll do one at a time. I'm going to use this block. We can just do one arm at a time really quickly. You're going to put your arm in front of you like Superman. Your other arm can just be at its side. Doesn't matter where you put it. You're going to do what's called a lift off. So you're going to try and shake hands with the person in front of you, and you're going to lift your arm off the ground over the object on one side and then do it again going back the other way. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like. Head is face down in neutral. You're going to lift best you can, not moving anything else, over the object and down. And then you're going to do the same thing coming back. If you want to challenge yourself, you can use a higher object to go over, but I'm going to have you do this 5 times going back and forth. I'm going to flip this to go a little higher, see if I can get over that. If you need to put your hand down like a push-up to support yourself, you can. Just make sure you're getting this whole shoulder to come off the ground, okay? So don't move your spine, but try to use the shoulder. So we're going 5 on each, trying to get over your object, high as you can get, go slow. Here we go. Face down, lift, over, lift, over. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 1 more. 5. Good. Now, if you found yourself bending your elbow, that's normal. That's because you're not actually using your shoulder. Your shoulder is saying, please help me. So if you can, just reset. You can do a slight bend if you have to, but I'm trying to get you not to, so try to lock the arm. For the other side, same exact thing. You're just going to make sure you're face down. Arm is straight out in front of you. And we're going to go over your object. Ready? Face down, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. Try to keep a straight arm. 5. Good. Face down, forget your object. Goalpost arms, we're going right back to external rotation. So we're trying to get those hands off. The reason why we're making fists is because this is not nearly the same. That's you flexing your wrist, okay? Or extending your wrist, I should say. So make fists, don't move your forearm. We're trying to get the shoulder to work. Face down. We're gonna start with just slow reps and then we're gonna add speed. So coming up for a 3 count, ready, set, go. Elbows drive down, hands up, 1, 2, 3, down. Again, 1, 2, 3, good. 1 more, 1, 2, 3, good. Relax. Now we're gonna go 6 for speed. Keep those elbows down. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax. Take a breather. You should feel that in your shoulders, and if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. You're stronger than me. But my shoulders are burning. Hopefully you felt that the same way I did. If you have pinchiness or pain, there's nothing I can do for you now. Just make sure you back off. So if you're getting pinchiness trying to go back, don't go back as far. Okay, so if you need to grab some water, now's your chance. If not, we're going to go to the next thing, and we're going to start to go a little faster. So I put this in a lot of people's programs. So some of my clients know this. They're called swimmers, but we're going to do a standing swimmer. Okay, so I'll show you from the side what it looks like, and then we're going to actually go face down because it's a little bit harder to do it face down. So everyone's going to follow along with me. You're going to take your hands and you're going to put them behind your back like you're under arrest. But before you do that, I want you to notice something about my shoulder. Now, if I go like that, my hand can go pretty far up, but that's because I'm basically unhinging my whole shoulder blade. So we're not going to do that. You're not going to go like this so that you can bring your hand behind you. I want you to keep your shoulder blade where it is. Don't let it move. And then slowly bring your shoulder or your hands behind you like you're under arrest, okay? So like this, hands are here. They're gonna be off your back, but for now they can be on your back, but you're gonna bring them behind you and try not to have your shoulders dumped forward, okay? Very slowly. Every time I say something, that's like one step in the process. So just go nice and slow. Hands are behind your back, okay? Shoulder blades, neutral. Abs, a little bit tight. You should be able to take a punch, okay? From here, you're gonna lift your hands off your back as far as they can go and do it separately. They're not together, like you're not moving together. They're separate entities through this whole exercise, okay? Just because they're resting on top of each other doesn't mean you're gonna keep them there. So both arms are gonna work independently, okay? Here we go. Shoulder blades are down. You're gonna pull your hands behind you as far as you can without moving your body. Doesn't have to be very far, but you're pulling them off, okay? Keeping them right where they're at. See, they're not touching, they're off. That's step one, okay? Step two, keep them there and straighten your arms. Now, step three is gonna be reach behind you as far as you can. This is just should look like a shoulder car, but don't tilt your shoulder blades forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together though. So reach back and squeeze as far as you can. Okay. From here, very slowly, you're gonna unwind your shoulder and reach them up toward the ceiling. High as you can. Up. Once you're here and you're like the YMCA, you're going to bring your hands behind you like you're under arrest again, nice and slow, but keeping them off your head. Far back, like you're reaching back, but not arching. As far as you can, down and away from you. And relax. Okay, that's called a swimmer. So we went from here to here, here to here. Technically, we're supposed to go back to their direction, but for time's sake, we're gonna skip that part. So if no one has any questions, doesn't look like you do, you're gonna be face down and we're gonna walk through that whole process. It's hard because my head is on the ground. So I'm gonna try to talk and do it at the same time as best as I can, but if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. So face down. What I want you to make sure is that you're not arched. So don't Daffy Duck, make sure your abs are engaged. Maybe even squeeze your glutes, okay? Head is neutral. Everything is a little bit engaged. You can even squeeze your feet together and your knees together, create some tension in your lower body. Hands start behind the back. Ready? We're gonna lift them off separately, that they're not touching anymore. High as you can. Straighten the arms. Pull the shoulder blades together and reach back and up as far as you can go. Okay, from here, start to turn them out and bring them forward. But again, you're reaching up as high as you can toward the ceiling. Keep going until you're making a Y. You're reaching out in front like you're shaking hands. Keep the arms straight. Slowly bring them behind the head, keeping them high. And we're going to reverse. Keep them off your head. Straighten the arms into a Y. Start to bring them up. Start to rotate them back. I lost you. There we go. Bring them all the way back and up. Shoulder blades are squeezing. And now hands go behind. And relax. Okay, that is called a prone swimmer. How do you feel? Because I'm officially starting the sweat train. Does anyone have any questions on that? I can see some of you, you look unenthused by this. I will remember that. No questions. Just, no. Is this too easy already? Does anyone feel like they're not challenged? I can see you, you can say yes or no. No. No one's saying a word. You all have no faces. You're just blankly staring back. All right, that's great. Here we go, we're moving on. I'm gonna just make this super, I'm just gonna do 1,000 push-ups and you are just gonna follow along with me now. That's what this workout turned into. You did this to yourselves. All right, I'm not that mean. We're gonna start on our back. We're gonna get into a dead bug position. So all that means is our backs are flat. Our knees are at 90. So from our shin to our femur, we have a 90-degree angle. Hands are gonna be up in the air. Okay, this is a dead bug. Most of you know this. We're not even doing dead bugs. You're welcome. We are gonna do a different exercise. So I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna explain it as well. You're gonna take a big breath in through your nose, and you're going to exhale as hard as you can, like you're blowing up a raft, blowing out candles, whatever you do to exhale as deeply as you can. And you're going to slowly lower one arm, like you're trying to shake hands with somebody behind you, like that, okay? So that's gonna be the rep. I'll show you what that looks like. And up, okay? The exhalation is gonna make your abs engage. It's gonna make your spine actually flex, and it's gonna make everything kind of compress down. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna make it so you can't actually cheat and use your spine to bring your arm overhead. So your shoulder is gonna be a lot more challenged, okay? So hands are up, dead bug position. Abs are a little engaged. Big deep breath in, right arm is coming down first. Straighten the arm, keep it locked. Try to touch it to the floor. Come back up. Big deep breath in. Left arm all the way down and up. Good. Keep going. Big deep breath in. Left arm. And relax. And we're going to go right to push-ups from here. You can do these modified. You can do them full body. It does not matter. You're just going to flip over, and we're going to do approximately 30 seconds of push-ups. And the only thing I will say is that before you get started, if you bring your shoulder blades back and you squeeze, and you notice your hands are really far in front of you. So if you look at me from the side right now, I could actually touch the floor in a push-up. Some of your hands might get stuck here. That's going to be about as far away from the floor as you go. If you can't get any further, then you don't need to go down as low. So right now, your shoulders are only letting you stop right here. So test it out for yourself. See how far you can pull back. If you can pull back further than the floor where your hands are, then you can touch your chest to the floor. If not, I could care less. I just want to make sure you don't hurt your shoulder. So We're going 30 seconds of push-ups, which is going to be the Brian Murray clock, which is up here because I don't have a timer. Ready? 30 seconds. So whenever I pass out, ready, set, go. Try to keep your abs engaged and don't scissor or open up your whole back. Draw your belly button in, squeeze your glutes, push through the floor, and make sure you're finishing all the way up. Don't let your shoulder blades collapse. Push up and finish. Try to breathe. Keep going. If you get stuck or you just want to pause, you can pause at the top. I need new earbuds. 5 seconds. Good. Relax. Take a deep breath. Catch your breath. And we're going right back to dead bugs. I should have called this the push-up and shoulder workout, but then no one would have come to this workout. So I'm sorry, but we're going to be doing lots of push-ups. All right, back on the floor, dead bug position. Keep this engaged. You shouldn't be able to slide your hand under your lower back. If you need to, you can bring your legs out further in front or even tuck them in more. It's up to you. Hands are up. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Arm goes down in a straight line. Right back up. Other side. This should be getting a little bit easier. Other side. Right back up. Again, one more. And right back up. Good. Flipping over. We're going back to push-ups. 30 seconds. Modified. It's totally fine. You can do this from a bent knee. Just make sure your hands are a little bit further out in front. You don't want them right underneath you, because then you'll be more likely to actually round your shoulders forward. So put them out in front. Ready, set, and go. Go at your own pace, 30 seconds, whatever that looks like. Abs stay engaged. Make sure you're pushing all the way through the floor, all the way up. Don't let your shoulder blades collapse. Push. Keep going, 5 seconds. And good, relax. Take a breather. Now's your chance to tell me how much you hate me. I know you love me, but you could. Just don't leave a bad review, please. I'm looking at you, Molly, because you're the only person I can see right now. There we go, there's everyone else. Someone's got their shirt off. Put your shirt back on. Hopefully no one has to look at you. Sorry, that's my friend Kyle. He looks good. Everyone, please look at him with his shirt off. He's gonna make it so we can't see him anymore, of course. All right. Does anyone have any questions? All right. No, we don't. All right. So we're going into a plank position, and then we're going to do what's called a high tension plank. So what I want you to do is get yourself into a regular elbow plank position. Before you do that, you're going to imagine when you're in that position that you're pulling down. You're not going to actually move. So I don't want you to like pull something like there's a mat and you're pulling on the mat. I want you to just kind of isometrically imagine that you're bringing your elbows down. Okay, so when you're in that plank position like this, like you're trying to tighten up, and at the same time, you're going to try and bring your feet, almost like you're trying to slide your feet towards your hands. We're going to create 2 directions of force, and we're going to make our abs work a little harder. So this is called high tension plank. You're gonna get into a full plank position. We're only gonna hold this for 10 seconds. KBJ is my best friend. He's the shirtless guy, yeah. Here we go, you ready? Elbows are pulling in, feet are pulling toward the elbows. 10-second hold, ready, set, go. Hard as you can, squeeze. 3, 2, 1, and good. Take a breather. If you don't understand what I mean by that, all we're really trying to do is create almost like you're doing a flexing of your spine, but it's kind of like an isometric, like you're trying to get everything in your core to fire up a little bit more, because most of you can hold the plank for 2 minutes. It's not very effective that way. A high tension plank where it's a little more intentional, a lot more bang for your buck. From there, we're gonna do what are called push-backs. If you can't do this, you can do modified push-ups, or you can do regular ones. You can hold a plank. You can write me hate mail, do whatever you want, but we're gonna do a push-back. But hold on, gotta fix this. All right, there we go. Push-back, push-up position, straight back. Okay, so it's almost like you're doing an overhead press. You're gonna drive out of the bottom position, straight back into basically a bear sit. Push up, back, reset. That's 1. Push up, straight back. 2, 3, stay low to the ground. 4, if you hate me, just do a regular push up. 5, 6, 2 more. 7, and 8. Relax. Okay, that is a pushback. You're welcome. Get ready. We're gonna do a high tension plank. This time, if you can, you're gonna try and engage your glutes. What does that mean? That means instead of arching your back, you're gonna pull your butt under you and squeeze them as hard as you can. If you can't do that, don't worry about it, but try. Almost like you're just trying to pinch your butt cheeks together, your glutes, whatever you want to call them, your seat. I don't really care. You're just trying to engage this a little bit. You're pulling down and you're trying to get your feet up. If you do that hard enough, 10 seconds in this plank should be plenty. Ready? Set. Go. Glutes are squeezed. Everything's tight. Pull in. Try to breathe. Hard as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Push-ups or push-backs. It's up to you. My tan looks pretty sick. Someone's gonna have to edit this video after for me. Here we go. Push-up position. Go. Push. Straight back. Use those shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. Relax. Okay. Take a breather. Mostly the rest is for me, clearly. All right. We got a few more seconds and we're gonna go on the next thing. It's nice outside. We should have done this outside. All right, we're going to shoulder taps. We're gonna do this very slowly. If you're not there yet, you can do this from the knees. It's up to you. Do whatever fits your body. Everyone else, push-up position, kick your feet out a little bit wider. Big base, okay? We're gonna do a 3-second tap per side. That means we're gonna hold each tap for 3 seconds, putting a lot of stress on the shoulder and the core. Ready? Set, Go. Tall position with your body. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. Try to lock your hips in place. 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 3, last one. Relax. My hands are gonna slide. Yoga push-ups. You have the option. If you want to do this from the knees, you can actually. You can do a modified push-up to downward facing dog. Here, here. Reach back. Everyone else, we're doing yoga push-ups, full push-up position, okay? How many times am I gonna knock this out of my ear? All right, full push-up position. Straight down. Reaching back to downward facing dog, and you're trying to reach away from the floor as far as you can. From there, back to a push-up position. Down, reach up and back. And let's go. We're gonna do 8 reps. Down, reach back. Go at your own pace. Do 8 reps. Keep going. Take as long as you need. Now I can kind of watch some of you do this. Nice job. I'm almost at man bun status, but I refuse to put it in. Okay. Nice job. Take a breather. Get some water if you need it. We're going right back to shoulder taps. If you're dying, take more rest. If it's too easy, I'm gonna come sit on your back. Molly, you can put your dog on your back. Here you go. Okay, so back to shoulder taps. Do the best you can. 3-second hold on each side. Keep your feet a little wider and don't let your hips swivel. Try to lock them in place. The harder you try to not move, the more you're gonna get out of this. Push up position. Kick the feet out. Here we go. 4 on each. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. I need to breathe. 4 on each, so 8 total. Count it out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Once you're done with 8, we're going straight yoga push-ups, or you can go modified push-ups with a downward facing dog. Ready? Set. Go. Eight reps. Keep going. 2 more. Nice job. If you need to, you can bring your hands a little wider. It might help. It might not do anything. But if your triceps or your shoulders are getting a little tired, you can widen your base a little bit. Anyone have questions? I feel like someone dropped out. Who was it? I will find you. Just kidding. All right. So hopefully everyone's feeling this by now. If not, we're just going to keep going and getting harder and harder. Sorry. If you have sliders, great. If you have a towel, awesome. If you have nothing, that's okay too. You will modify it, but we're going to go in and out. So we're going to go full push-up position. You're going to use the slider or the towel, paper plates. That's all I can think of. You're going to slide your legs under you. You're going to keep your back nice and flat. You're not going to let your pelvis round under you at all. And you're going to go nice and slow, okay? Push-up position, slider in and out, towel in and outs, whatever you want to call them. Here, tuck, back out. If you can't do that and you want to do something a little bit more plyometric like, you can literally jump in and jump out. Just keep your back nice and flat. Ready? Set. 8 reps. Go. Tuck. Back out. Try to keep your back as flat as you can. It's okay if it rounds a little. 3, 4, 5. 2 more. 8. Good. From here, we're going straight to a bear position, except now we're going to do what's called a rocking bear, okay? You're going to get into an all fours. You're going to lift your knees off the ground, and we're actually going to rock side to side this way, pushing through the floor as we go. So your shoulder blades are not collapsing. You're going to push the floor away, and I just want you to rock side to side like a boat over the shoulders, okay? So knees are right under your hips, feet are down, lift the knees up an inch or 2 off the ground, and let's go. We're going 4 times each direction. Up, hold, rock to the right, pushing through the floor on the left. 3, center your weight over your shoulders. 4, 5, 6, don't let your shoulders collapse, push through. 7, and 8. Take a breather. We're going right back to push-ups. We're gonna do some dead stop push-ups. So you'll actually lay face down and you'll reset every time. So you can start from the bottom or the top, it's up to you, but we'll start either way. I'm gonna show you down, you're gonna let go. Okay, hands come up. Push all the way back up. Down, hands up, push up. Okay, 10 reps at your own pace. Whenever you're ready, go down, hands come up high as you can, reach up, push. 1, 2, 3. You can do these modified. It's totally fine. Do them from the knees. 10 reps. Keep going. We're resting after this. I'm trying not to fall over. Okay, I'm back. Oh man. Hopefully everyone's surviving. Kyle, did you take more of your shirt off? Oh no, okay, you're still just as naked as before. All right, so we're gonna go through that again. We're doing okay on time. In and outs. Bear, rocking bear. If you can't do rocking bear, just do regular bear. If you can't do that, do plank. If you can't do that, lay on your back and just relax. I'm out of options. All right, in and outs. Or you can do them jumping, slider, it's up to you. 10 reps. Here we go. Full push-up position. Everything straight, go. 1, 2, 'Once you hit 10, get ready for bear. Take your time. We're going side to side, keeping our weight in our shoulders. Ready, set, go. Rock, push through the floor. Shoulders are engaged. 3, slow it down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dead stop push-ups. Get ready. If I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. Ready, set, start from the bottom this time. Hands go up, shoulders pull back. and go. Push all the way through. 1, 2, 10 reps. 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 10 reps total. Let's see what you're all doing. Nice job. Go to the bottom. Pull your shoulder blades up as high as you can. Push right back through. Nice job. Once you hit 10, take a breather. My apartment is like a sauna. Oh, man. All right. We had some people laying down like they're not going to get back up, I say, which makes me a little happy because I'm sick like that and I like inducing pain. Megan, you look like you're working. You're not even, did you just quit? Okay, I don't know, maybe not. She probably quit a long time ago. Ty, you good? You good? Not too bad? Okay. We're gonna go through one more time. And then we're gonna finish with just a quick cool down and then I'll let you go. So we're gonna get in and outs first, rocking bear, and then finish. We're gonna do regular push-ups to finish for actually 30 seconds. I'll use a real timer. So I won't just make it up in my head, which I know Lakita, if she's even here, is writing me a letter how much she hates me. So here we go. We're going in and outs. Push-up position. Ready, set, go. All the way in, all the way out. Back stays flat. 10 reps. Relax. Rocking bear is next. Again, centering the weight over the shoulders instead of sitting back, okay? Ready, set, go. Push through the floor, side to side. 1, 2, take your time. 3, 4, 5. 8. And we got 30 seconds of push-ups. I'll start a real timer. Get ready, get set, modified, full body, yoga, bear, pushbacks, whatever you want to do. 30 seconds in, go. Keep a flat back, core tight. Keep going. 10 seconds. You need to just hold. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. Take a breather. Whew. All right. Take a few breaths through your nose, out through your mouth. Does anyone have any questions? I know I went over like a condensed, what would normally take 30 minutes into 15. No questions. You're so on. Is this like is this because Whitmer extended the order? Is this what everyone's mood is? No one's responding. Can you even hear me? You can, okay, gotcha. All right. We got a lot of head shaking and stuff. Hopefully that means you enjoyed this. If not, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. But we're gonna stretch out just a little bit. So we're gonna go through those standing swimmers. Okay, so you're gonna bring your hands behind your back. You're gonna lift them off. Shoulder blades are not dumped. You're gonna pull them back and down. My bandwidth is low. I got fiber. That's weird. Hands are behind you. Straighten the arms. Pull the shoulder blades back. Do a big circle all the way up and around until you're reaching up like the YMCA. From there, hands go behind the head as far as you can, and you're still pulling them back. You're not just going down. You're still going behind you. From there, other way, straighten the arms up. Bring them back and around. Flip them. Reach. Hands go up like you're under arrest. And relax. And we're going to do just some real quick shoulder cars. Not even really an actual full car. Just going to do a big circle with your arm as best as you can. Around, up, and over. Just move it around. I don't know about you, my arms are a little tired. Other side, up. Reach to the ceiling, flip. Back and around, other way. And down. And then we're going to do some just like generic shoulder circles. You don't have to do them as exaggerated as I did them at the start. Hands are just at your sides. Roll them forward, up. And you can actually let your arms move a little bit more freely. Just try to move around both directions. Hopefully this feels a little bit easier to do. Like there's not as much restriction. You should be a lot more warmed up through your shoulders. Just shake it out. And that's it. That's all I got. So ideally, I would spend a lot more time on this stuff in the beginning, but it's a little bit harder to do over the internet. So if anyone has any questions on anything, let me know. If that was too easy, too hard, we're gonna keep pumping out more workouts. Probably even more so now that there's an extension on the to stay safer at home order. That's it. So we'll be doing more of these. I had to remember the name. So if you have feedback, let me know if I can do things better, if I can slow down, if I can talk less, I don't know, shave my head, fix my face. I'll do whatever you need. I'm going to get some hate messages for sure. I can see Molly's like, fix everything about you. Fix your face. See, I knew it was coming. I was right. Thank you. I'll try. But thanks for coming. If you want to donate to Motive, which would basically be me at this point, you can on Venmo, Brian Murray 20. I put it all over Facebook. I'm doing this for free though. So if you want to donate, you can. It's up to you. I'm no pressure, but I want to just help. So I'll keep putting this out there. Again, any feedback would be awesome. Mood lighting. Thank you, Wolverine. I'll take that as a compliment. I think Kyle has a shirt off and needs candles to go with it. Yeah, he does. He's the one that needs the mood lighting. Okay. Thank you all for coming. If you have questions, you know how to get a hold of me. That is all. Thank you. Namaste. Bye.